Meeting's been live streamed. Just double checking. I'd hate to start talking and then we weren't.
And it says live on mine.
Yes, oh no, definitely. Like it's
Yes, we are. Somewhere.
We're live in the ether of the GGC. Amazing. So hello everybody who is joining us live. Hello everybody who's watching us on the replay, and do let us know in the comments below if you're watching the replay. I'm so excited to be joined by K.Y.K. Hello. Fabulous artist extraordinaire. And we're gonna delve into her amazing artwork and what's coming up, because you, Caris, you've got an amazing exhibition happening on Saturday. So we're going to come into that later on, because actually we've got an amazing ticket offer for the ladies of the community watching this, and we've also got some ticket giveaways for actually members of the GGC website as well. So, but before we come on to the exhibition, I just want to talk a wee bit about you, your journey into the art world, and about your pieces yourself, because you've got like a couple of absolute crackers behind you. So I want to come on to that as well. But let's start with you, Caris. Let's chat about your journey into the world of art. Tell us a wee bit more.
My journey into the world of art was a very different one to most. So my journey actually started in occupational therapy.
Okay.
And when I was working, well, I was on placement in uni in the hospitals during COVID, and we were doing a model which was called the POP model, which stood for person, environment, occupation, and then performance. So what that means is looking at an individual and how we are in our life really depends on like the environment and the space we're in. So I was like, wow, that's really interesting. And then I started considering what that meant for me as a woman. And then I realized was like, wow, like no matter where you go in the world, women are like, we put our value on ourselves as how we look. Like the beauty standards change, and then there comes so many different like things that come into that. I was going to say obstacles, but it's not necessarily obstacles, but it's most of the time it comes down to how we feel about ourselves, not necessarily to do with men. That comes into it. But for me, I just focus on how we feel about ourselves, and if we don't feel we look pretty, then we don't feel as if we're worth as much. And then how we look depends on like what that looks like. So then that's when it came into the art project. And then I came up with the whole idea of the Vow project before I'd even ever painted on a canvas. So it was more about the messages and us as women being able to like look at who we are and how much value we actually have out with how we look. And it was just the artwork was in a way of me capturing that message.
Love it. So you have totally come at it from like wanting to convey a message for women, rather than it coming through like the artwork first and then the message comes through. You put the message first. I love it. Okay, I love it. Right. Okay, talk us through like your style, because obviously you've got a couple of pieces behind you which look amazing and I love them. Talk us a wee bit about how your style came to be.
They're all in this style. So a couple of the issues so this one is Yvonne McQuaig, she's an influencer, and this one's Rosie, she's an actor. But some of them are like my mum and my dad, no, my mum and my sister, or like people that have really influenced me. And then when I was looking at my mum, like they've got such amazing stories. So what happens is I speak to the women, I ask them, I don't know the story before I do the painting, because I don't think our story should define us. I think what defines us is how we've overcame our obstacles and how we show up in the world, even though we've been through really traumatic things. I believe we all have in loads of different ways. So it's that also way that anyway, that's on a whole, I was going to start going on a whole digress, but I'm back to where the actual painting came from. So the reason that I've done it in half like that is because of the voice, the voice obviously comes from our mouth, but I didn't want to take away the women's outer body because of things like ableism, because of things like race, because of even like the way you look really impacts the experience that you have in the world. So that's why I didn't want to take away the face and just focus on the inside. And also I feel as if it looks like you're then delving into the mind. So when you go in closer to the paintings, there's loads like hidden images of different things that represent things to like different things to each woman. So like they're so different, but it's things like this one's actually really cool. On Yvonne's one, we had a whole conversation about her grandpa and how she looks up with her grandpa. But obviously, I don't want to just put a photo of her grandpa in, because it's like, what does a grandpa represent to all of us? So her whole thing about her grandpa was how he's such a moral person. So we created like a moral compass. So it's like a compass, and upwards it says integrity, then honesty, humble, and then truth. So it's like that was his values, but it just looks like a compass, but it represents like a moral compass. So then it's like you might look at it and see a compass, and it might make you think of something else that you can relate to in your life. So it's then that way of like, when we get to know someone, we realize we're actually a lot more similar than different, and when we can start to connect in that kind of way and connect to each other, and then that way as well, when a painting's really far away and you don't know anything about that woman or about the painting, but the closer you go to it, the more details you see. Same way as the closer we get to someone, the more we get to know about each other, the more and the less judgmental we become, because we start to see ourselves in that person, in that person's story, in that person's struggle. And then the QR codes when I exhibit are underneath all the paintings that I've got the stories written by all the women, so that it's then separate, because we've all been through stuff, but I think we can really can hold on to our trauma and hold into the horrific things that a lot of it have been through. But actually, like, I like to think of that as being separate to allow us to think that we can still heal. And my motto is life is dark enough, add colour. So it's that way, like, I don't want to take away the darkness. We've all been through darkness, but when we can accept that in ourselves, the things we don't like about ourselves, the things we don't like, how we've shown up in the past, and we can focus on the things that are colourful, the things that make us feel joy, then we can become stronger and brighter people and remember our spark and what keeps us going.
Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, so see if I was to, I might actually be able to spotlight you. Would you be able to take us a wee bit closer to the painting that you said? Right, so let me spotlight you for the...
This is the compass.
Right, wait a minute. Can I, like, let me see. I've been using Zoom a lot. I should be able to spotlight you. Right, hold on. How can I not do that? That's annoying. Oh, I can pin myself. Why can't I pin you?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Woohoo!
Yeah,
Yeah. Right, let's...
So that's the compass.
Yeah.
It's obviously backwards, and I think this is like Conbury Lane West. I think that was like somewhere where she grew up, and then Wind Beneath My Wings, and then the apple represents like health is your wealth. So there's loads of different like hidden things. A lily. This is just a Vivienne Westwood hat because she loves Vivienne Westwood. I think these represented necklaces, I think, from her grandparents again. And this is a purple lady from when she was like doing like a lot of promo stuff. Yeah, there's so many different things. And to be honest, like this is the Olympic rings. But as like coffee stains, because she loves coffee. So like we have all these different conversations of like all these different things, and like think of different ways that they can represent like different things in each of the women.
Oh, I love that. Right, hold on. I'm going to because I think this is like, let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I love that. So you basically have a conversation with your subject, the inspirational women that you're painting. You get to know them. You get to know what's inside their minds and what they love, and you know what makes up them as a person. And then you basically, you know, you put it onto canvas in a really beautifully bright, kind of psychedelic way almost.
Yeah,
like
you know, someone else said that to me when I was, because I'd done an exhibition down in London. They're like, what were you on when you done these? Because they're so like, even this one of Keegan, like it's so colourful. I was like,
I love it.
Just like the colours.
Yeah, no, but I love what you said. Life is dark enough, and that's so true. So true. You're bringing light. Okay, so have you always we talked about how you you know, came to really start doing it more like professionally and commercially. Have you always been into art since you were a wee girl?
I loved art in school, and my art teacher actually said, Carrie, you should go to art school. And I was like, I don't want to be an artist, like that's so boring, like because I just thought of being an artist would just be standing painting all day. And to be honest, like I still would feel like that for myself, but with this, like I'm getting to connect with so many people. Like each woman teaches me something about myself, or that I've not forgiven in myself, or something like that I need to look at. And it was about making therapy more accessible. But the art, I painted a lot of birthday presents and things like that, or like portraits and things, but after I left school I didn't really paint a lot. I stopped painting, and then when I just realized that I had this idea, I think I actually done a sketch when I was just really bored, like in uni, and I was like, oh my god, that looks really cool, and it was half a woman's face and like water coming out of it. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I think all the ideas kind of came together. And then when I went to write my end of year essay at uni, like the whole idea of the vow project like just came out. And I was like, oh, now I need to try and focus on writing this essay. And all I want to do is leave uni and go start this thing. Like this. But I finished the essay. I did finish it.
Do you know what I love about that? It shows you that, like, you know, if you are somebody who's like a doodler, a dreamer, you know, you've got like ideas and things in your head that you're maybe thinking, oh, nothing will ever come of that, then like looking at you right now when you've got like a lineup of you know, inspirational women behind you on a wall and you've painted them and you've told their story, it just shows you that you can turn those dreams into reality. So I love that.
So true. And also that's exactly what I wanted to create, that we are all a painting, because as some of the women, I knew their story, and some of them I'd had no idea. They're just everyday women, and I just said, can I paint you? And they're like, what? Like, what does that even mean? And it's that way, like we all have a story, we all have a painting, and every single person that I paint, they go, I don't have a story. And then when they actually sit and go to write their story, they're like, wow, look at my story, but we don't think about it. And the other thing that I really, really, really love is that when you actually sit and listen to someone's story without it being a conversation, because it's not a conversation, like I'm so invested in their story and capturing their story into images that I'm listening so carefully in a way that I would never be able to do in life. Like even I learned so much about my nana and my sister and even my mum about the things that I didn't know they'd experienced, because we don't sit down and just like for a couple of months just talk about the story and then capture it and then come back and be like, so you know when you were saying this, like could you maybe capture this like this? And it'd be like, oh my god, yeah, like that's exactly how that feels. So it's like it's such an in-depth thing that we don't do with people. So yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely. And like you say, there could be potentially a lot of healing in
So
down your
much for
story.
every single woman. That's what they said, like it was so therapeutic, and a lot of the times it'd be really hard, and some of the girls were like how can I talk about myself? And we don't take up that space. We find it so difficult to take up space. I find so difficult to take up space. And throughout this whole project, like I needed to learn how to love myself and love the things I didn't like about myself, from being able to speak on things like this, or like standing up in front of a stage at an exhibition, or telling everyone to come and see something that I've created. It's like, it's really difficult to do when you can't sit and go, actually, do you know what? Like, I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of what I've done, to be like marketing yourself essentially and getting people to come and see what you've done. Like, it was so uncomfortable at first, but I'm here now just like, do you know what? That's what we all need to do more of, like know what we're good at, and like feeling that spark and be comfortable with doing that and bigging each other up.
Yeah, absolutely. And now like you're at the point where you've actually got your exhibition happening this Saturday. So you've spoke about vows. So tell us the name of the exhibition, tell us what people can expect.
So it's the VOW exhibition, which stands for Voice of Women, and it came through all the paintings that I've done. So I was in London last year, and that's where I'd done the launch of the whole event. And then when I was just about to move on to my next collection, I was like, no, I need to do one in Glasgow, like where I started. So this is like where I'd started it, and what to expect on the day. So I've obviously got all the artwork that's going to be on display. I've got some awesome people coming through to also perform, because I wanted to create a space for other people to have their voices. And sometimes like for like creatives, that's through singing or through dance or through spoken word is the best way for people to communicate. So like there's lots of space for that. It's going to be on the day of like live entertainment, and also like there's videos and stuff that I put together of the women going through the whole process and talking about it from their own experience and through their own journey and how it felt to them. So overall, I just want to create like a whole day for us to remember who the heck we are, because we do forget, we have our bad days or a bad week, and to just be in a really empowering environment is genuinely empowering, like, and to have conversations and to open up conversations that are really difficult to have in a normal environment. But when you're talking through a piece of art, it's so much easier to do because you're talking about the art but relating it to yourself. And yeah, so that's what we're going to create on Saturday.
Oh, it sounds so good, like a really immersive experience. It sounds absolutely brilliant. So the venue, tell us about the venue.
So the venue is in the big pink building, HDS, which is just before the Clyde Tunnel, and it's actually a hair supplier. But the whole thing is like, I can show you what it looks like just now.
Fab.
The whole thing is pink. So I was like, what
Love
better
it.
place to be than in the like such a colourful space. But they're all here ready to be doing like videos and all that kind of thing. So yeah, we're just proper setup mode, but yeah, that's why I wanted it to be here, because it's pink. And also, actually, the reason that I knew about this place is because I came in here one day and they asked me to spray paint the shutter. So the shutter outside has got a big face on it that's spray painted as well, so it was just perfect.
Nice. And actually, if people want to see that, they can go on your Instagram, can't they? What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram's KYK_artist.
Fabulous. Right, okay, so this Saturday tickets are £10, is that right?
Yeah.
However, for anybody watching this video, for being a GGCer within the community, Caris has set up a exclusive discount code for all of you, lovely lot, which is Glasgow25. Is that right, Caris?
That's it.
25% off. I will share the link, the Eventbrite link, underneath this video, so you can click through, use the discount codes, and go along to what sounds like just an amazingly uplifting and just like beautiful space to be in. So could people buy the artwork on the day?
So the artwork is going to be up for sale. I'm also going to be having prints. If I can organise getting the prints ready in time before the exhibition, I will, but if not, I'll be selling them afterwards, because I want to make sure the quality of the mat is like really good. So I've been having issues with that, so maybe not being able to buy prints on the day, but definitely to be able to order. And yeah, we've got a raffle, we've got amazing, I've actually got with Staycation, they're doing a 2-night free stay in one of the camper vans to win at the raffle, so I'm so excited about that. And the paintings, they're going to be for sale, and yeah, I think that's it.
Amazing. And also a question, which I'm sure maybe people will be thinking if it's not already come through, what if a lady's watching this and they would like to commission you to do a painting?
do commissions, yeah, I do take commissions. So the paintings, they are £2,000 each, and then the commissions I do for 2,500, just because like I don't want to make it too much more expensive for the commission. And then they have got an option as well, if they want to write their story and then like have the prints as well, then they can do that, because I think a lot of it, the therapeutic side of it, is writing the story. So there's definitely that option to go through the whole process of it all.
Amazing, honestly amazing. And I bet you the women that you've painted, I bet you they love their painting. I bet you they
this one, my mom actually bought hers, so this one is hers. Like, she keeps that's in her house now, so she's like, no, I don't want anyone else to have that. And that has happened with a couple of the women, so which I completely understand.
Yeah, amazing, honestly amazing. Right, I'm just going to double check to see if there's any questions. There might not be, but there might be some in the replay, so I can definitely let you know of any questions. If you come in, Caris, or tag you underneath the live, just so that you could go back to them as well. But I am so excited for you. I'm actually gutted that I can't get myself a ticket.
Oh, I know, it's so shit.
I'm doing it. I know. And just the way everything's worked out this week, I wanted to come and see you in person, but I wanted to make sure that we could do this live to shout about the amazing message. Your artwork is amazing, but the message within it is incredible. And really, really powerful for women to like be showcased in such a way where it is showcasing the beauty of their mind and their life, rather than the objectification that maybe we are unfortunately used to in society. But hopefully we're moving away from that. But
it's definitely happening.
Yes, absolutely. So like, congratulations on everything. I hope your exhibition goes fantastically. Any GGCers that use the ticket discount link, please let us know what you thought of it as well. And if you are a GGC social or business club member, expect an email from me this afternoon or this evening. I'm going to be giving 5 members a chance to go along and take a guest for complimentary. That's on the lovely Caris there. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura.
Not at all. And before we go, Caris, KYK_artist on Instagram. Any other links or anything that you'd like to share for how
And
can people
it's
get
the
in
same
touch?
for my website. It's KYK Artist on my website as well. And actually the Eventbrite is on the website as well.
Brilliant.
But I think when you actually search KYK Artist or even Voice of Women on Eventbrite, it comes up.
Amazing.
But
Okay,
you'll have
and
to
I'll
like
share the
it.
link below.
Yeah, that's
anyway
easier.
as well. Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and I will speak to you soon. And thank you to all the lovely ladies who have watched this live as well.
Yes, thanks guys.
Speak to you soon.